I stand on my bed, I can see the tips of the trees from a forest on the edge of town. I have to squint sometimes if it's cloudy, and some days I can't see it at all. It appears and disappears at its own will. Whenever it wants to remind me that it's still there, whenever I think that it's finally left me alone. Days, weeks, months could go by, and every morning I check to see if it has reappeared. Standing on the warm bed I woke in not 5 minutes ago, never going outside though. Only watching. I step down from the bed after staring into the haze, into the forever that stretches beyond my life, and touch the walls in my room. Smaller every day. I lay my hands on the old wallpaper. Smaller can mean safety, though not when I'm here. Not with what I've done. I moved into this house a few years ago. Mother and father, my only living relatives that I still saw. My father would still call himself a forester, though he hasn't left his own house in years. He lives on the very edge of the forest, so close that you can hear the trees moan in the dead of night. As the clock turns 12, the trees begin to speak, he used to tell us. In low, slow voices, they talk about everything they've seen, every secret they know, and they know every secret. I still believe him, though he never believed it himself. That forest has surely seen many secrets. Mother wouldn't hear of it. Hated secrets, loved gossip. Gretel and Hansel, Hansel and Gretel, Mother would say. So many secrets, so many secrets. I remember the days when I kept nothing from her. Every secret I had was kept by her as well. Even from father, I suppose. Like the time I lost Hansel's favourite toy car and Mother said she had thrown it away by mistake. Or the time I broke father's watch, I ran instantly to her. The time I forgot to leave a trail behind us in the forest and Mother said she had forgotten instead, though she had asked me. Never with Hansel, though. My friends seemed to have siblings they could have fun with, that brother-sister bond unbreakable. Hansel was quiet, never wanting any trouble, preferred books to sport, and some are like that. His room used to be so neat. His well-made bed and empty desk connected at a right angle, the same colour, not a speck of dust anywhere on the carpet. My perfect boy, Mother called him. If something went wrong, if he saw me do something, he would tell Mother and Father straight away. But God only knows where he is now. The day he turned 18, he ran away. And nothing from him since. Not even a letter. Where are you, Hansel? I wonder when I touch the walls. If I stand on my bed, I can see the tips of the trees from a forest on the edge of town, and above that her face, only lightly in the clouds. No one remembers her. Not even you, Hansel. I was stupid enough to believe that the witch's story died with her, melted away as her bones turned to ash inside her own kitchen oven. Our first secret, our first adventure together. A knock on the door, this door, my door, a month after we moved in. A woman, a girl, dressed in a pink summer dress, 18, no more. Her hair was in a plait so tight it looked like it would have broken to touch. She looked like a doll, her skin like a china plate. My name is Lily, she said, shaking quite hard. I live in the forest on the edge of town. I knew which one she meant, obviously. At this point, I stopped and invited her inside, though I wasn't sure exactly what she wanted. Perhaps to sell something like a Girl Scout. I had just finished cleaning the oven and was baking a large cake which was nearly finished. I poured her a glass of water and placed it on the table next to where she stood. I'm sure you don't know me, she went on, but I know you. You're Gretel. Your father is the woodcutter that lives on the edge of the forest. By now, she was staring at the cake through the window of the oven as if it disturbed her. bubbling and crackling as the ingredients fused together under the heat. The kitchen was getting hot. I got up to open a window, and when I turned back, she had gotten to her feet and was now visibly trembling. I walked over and put my hand on her shoulder, looking into her eyes, which she eventually met. Green and clear, piercing and soft. "Why have you come here alone?" I asked. She told me that her grandmother was murdered, cremated inside her own kitchen oven, and that she, Lily, had witnessed the whole thing as a child. Young, so young, but old enough to remember that it was my brother that pushed her grandmother into that oven. "I'm glad I found you," she said. The forest sent her. I'm sure of it. That's why it was watching me, why it forced itself into my sight. It was taking its time to figure out my punishment, and now here it was. Here she was, this girl, abused, wrongly, traumatized out of no fault of her own. How unfair it all is. I begged. "But you killed her," she said, almost confused. I began to plead with her, gripping her dress. "Your grandmother kidnapped us both, though I knew this didn't justify murder, and worried our parents sick, though I knew this didn't justify murder. And if I stand on my bed, I can see the tips of the trees from the forest on the edge of town, and I never forgot at all. I will never, ever, ever forget, so help me God." She screamed. "She was my grandmother, she was good and kind, and you killed her, you, and now who do I have?" She pushed me down onto the floor with surprising strength so that my head was pressed against the oven door, burning the edges of the cake. I could feel the heat pressing on the glass, threatening my skin. Lily held my head there, my cheek burning on the door. "Where is your brother? Where is he?" I must have passed out, because when I next opened my eyes, she was gone. Heavy rain. My front door wide open, rain soaking the wooden floors. Outside, the rain matting my hair, screaming for the girl. On my bed, on my tiptoes, the forest gone in the mist with the girl and with her grandmother too. "Hansel, wherever you are, she's coming for you."